Hello everyone and welcome back. So today we are going to learn about the object variables versus the class variables in Java. Already in the previous video we have learned about the object variables and what exactly it is. Okay, what are our object variables, right? But today we are going to understand the class variables. Now what is the difference between an object variables and a class variable? So let's begin. So as you know that variables are simply, they are simply the containers, right, for your data, as you know. So what happens in the memory, that is in the RAM, the variables get a block of a memory block. And in that memory block, the data is stored. And then we give certain name to that memory, and that is called as the variable name. So it holds the information. Every variable holds a specific piece of data, like Alice and 20. Lives in the memory, they occupy physical space in the computer, and requires a type, must be declared as text, numbers, or logical values. So that has to be specified, whether it is a text, it is a number, or it's a logical value. So variables, they kind of hold the data, right? And they are physically present in the memory till the time the program is running. Once the program runs, the program terminates, then the memory is cleared. It goes into the garbage collection. So this is about the variable, as you already might know about it. So object variables, what are object variables? As I told from the previous videos, that any variables that is immediately declared inside the class, they are object variables. So object variables represent individual and unique identity. They are also called as instance variables. Remember that. They define the state of an individual instance. The new keyword, as you know, they are created in memory every time you use new. And they are personal copies. So every object holds their own data. So every single object gets its own exclusive copy. And this is the kind of a blueprint that has been shown over here. If it is student, so for every individual student, there will be individual data, like the name of the student, the ID of the student, the age of the student, right? Those variables are object variables. So writing code for individual student identity, and this is how we basically design the blueprint. That is a class. And inside this class, we have string name and we have int age. So what are these variables? They are immediately declared inside the class. So they are object variables. No special keyword needed, defined directly inside the class. And as you can see over here, there are two objects. The first object that belongs to Alice, age is 20. The second object, that is name is Bob and age is 22. So what happened over here is I created two objects from this class, student, like S1 and S2. So S1 holds this data, S2 holds this particular data. So these are object variables. Now, what are class variables? Class variables represent a shared universal reality with the help of the static variable. So they are static variables. They define facts that are universally true for all the class. The static keyword that is explicitly declared in the code using static. So we have to use the static keyword. So if it's a class variable, it has to be static. First thing, okay? And they only share one copy. Now we are going to understand this with an example. So only one single copy exists shared by everyone or shared to every other object. Writing code for a shared campus space. For example, there is a tech university. So obviously over here we have a blueprint, that is a class student. And then we have name, we have age, and then what has happened over here, I have declared static string college name. And the college name I have assigned the value Tech University, because every student will belong to this university, but they will have individual name and individual age. So name and age, these are object variables, whereas this college name, this is static, and they will be, all the students will have this common data, that is Tech University. So belongs to the institute, not the individuals, right? So anything that is common for all the object, that we can declare as class variable with the help of static. So this variable college name, it becomes a class variable. Okay, so let's move forward. So the core difference between an object variable and a class variable. Okay, so what is the difference? The scope, unique to each individual object, shared across all objects globally. Keyword, no special keyword required, but over here the special keyword is static. Created every time new is used, created only once per class execution. This is important, the third point. Okay, over here the object variables are created for every object, but class variables are only created once per class execution. Okay, so understand that visualizing separate versus shared memory space. So what happens to the data when we create the objects? Those objects are stored in a heap memory. So you can see there are two objects. This is the first object, this is the second object, and you can see both the objects are holding their individual data. That is, name is Alice, age is 20. Over here name is Bob, age is 22. But both these object variables are, sharing a common data, and that is the class variable, and that is college name, that is Tech University. So this is only one copy will be here. No matter if there are 2 objects, 10 objects, 20 objects, that does not matter. But over here, the class variable will be only one copy will be held in the memory. Okay. So over here, what is happening? See, student S1, I created one object. Name of the object is S1. And this is the data that we are passing. So this is S1 instance. Then again, I'm creating S2. And over here we have the S2, it holds the data Bob and 22. But the class variable, there is only one copy. This is what is shown over here. Okay. And then use object variables for unique independent states. So when to use an object variable? When every individual has some unique data, every individual have some roll number, will have some name. So such variables will be object variables. And when there are some data which is common for all the objects, then those variables will be the class variables. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to switch to VS Code, and then we will directly implement a program. Okay, so here is the VS Code, and now over here, so here we go finally, and I will create a new file. Now I will give name to this file is bank account. Okay, bank account dot java. Press enter, and here it is. So we are going to create a class that is bank account. Okay, bank account, and you can see that the Copilot has already given me the code. So okay, I'm just going to keep bank account, and then let us have private string account number, then private double and balance. But I require one more over here, and that is static int and total accounts. So these two variables, that is account number and balance, these are the object variables, whereas I have declared this as static, which means that this is a class variable. Okay, and it says total accounts. So this is going to count the number of accounts that are being created. Okay, and I've given a default value that is 0. Now we will create the constructor. So here it is, the constructor. So we already have the constructor, and what I have done inside the constructor, that is what you need to see. Okay, the constructor is going to create the it is going to initialize the object variables. But what we are doing inside the constructor is we are incrementing the class variable, that is total accounts. We are incrementing this. So as I said, total accounts, this particular variable, only one copy is going to be stored in the memory. So if we keep on incrementing this for every object that we create, it is going to keep on incrementing. Okay, so we are incrementing over here, and then okay, I don't really need to do anything as if now, so I'm just going to close this class. Okay, I don't need to. Okay, we can just do one more thing, is we can just say public void and display. So display is going to basically display the, it is going to display the details of the accounts. Okay, and over here you can see it has given account number, and the balance is the balance. And I also, okay, we have account number and balance, right? But we can do is do this one, and this is very, very important. Can you see what I'm doing over here? We are displaying the account number, we are displaying the balance, and what I'm doing over here, I'm displaying the account, total accounts. So how many accounts have been created, that we will come to know. Okay, so every individual account we are creating, so it is going to count the number of objects we are created indirectly. Okay, so now I'm going to save this, and let me just create another file, and that will be the main.java. And I'm going to click on the create account, and here we go. So I'm going to say class main, and boom, we have that public static void function, right? And then I will remove this, and I will say name of the class was bank account. Can you see that we have created one account, that is account 1, and these are some of the details. That is, we are not storing the customer name, we are just storing the account number and the balance. Okay, and then can you see we have created another account, that is account 2, new balance, new bank account, and these are the account number and the balance. And then we are displaying it, account 1.display, account 2.display. So let me just save this. Now if I run this program, let me go to the terminal. Let me just, let's get a proper view. Let me clear this, and then I will going to compile this. Okay, Java C, and it got compiled, and then I'm going to run it. Okay, I should have actually compiled, that is main.java. Okay, and then automatically even the bank account will get compiled. Okay, and then I will say Java main, because this is the entry point of the program, and I enter, and you can see the output over here. That is, okay, account number is so and so, the balance is $1,000, and the total accounts that we created is 2. As you can see, this is the first account and this is the second account. So the static variable, only one copy is maintained. Initially it was 0, right? Now here is what you need to understand, it was 0. So what happened, when I created the first account, the object, I mean to say the constructor got called, right? The constructor got called for the first object, and then this account number, it got incremented by 1, so it became 1. Then again I created the next object, that is account 2. So again this parameterized constructor was called, and so this 1 then became 2. And these are object variables, so every object variable will hold its own data, that is account number and its own balance, right? So this is the difference between a object variable and a class variable. Now please understand, I have not declared this as private or anything of that sort. Okay, so if I go to main, what I can do is I can say system dot out dot, I can directly access the data over here like this. Okay, can you see I can directly access total accounts over here, but what I'm doing over here, if you are accessing the class variable inside the main function, okay, or in some other class or inside the main function, then you need to access that using the class name. So what is the name of the class? That is bank account. So bank account dot total accounts. Had it been, for example, if I go over here, this is not private. Assume that this is not private. So if it is not private, it is not hidden. There is no encapsulation. So in that case, what I can do, I can directly access these variables. How can I directly access the variables? I can say account1 dot account number, right? And I can print it over here. But how am I accessing it? I'm accessing with the help of the object name. And what is the name of the object? That is account1 dot account number, right? So I will access with the object name. What is the object name? That is account1. And for the class variable, I cannot use any object name over here. I have to use the class name over here. Okay, so this is also one of the things that I wanted to tell you. So I hope you have enjoyed this video and you have come to know the difference between the object variable and the class variable. We will meet in the next video. Bye for now.